All right, welcome to another exciting video. In this section, you're looking at video creation. And so we're going to share some ideas on how you can use video very purposefully in your classroom so you can save some time and cover some great pieces and be in multiple places at once, potentially.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously we're talking about videos within a stations context, and we're just going to kind of throw out some ideas for you. Different ways you can use videos in a stations context, and then you basically get to pick and choose which ones you feel will be most useful and beneficial for you and your students. So do you want to start off with?
Yeah, so let's talk about some ideas for uses of videos, because we initially had thought about, well, we can have this on a list, but let's just talk about some uses of videos. Mm-hmm. So first things first, if you're creating stations, which is what this PD is all about, you're going to want to have some directions for those stations. And so instead of having just a card or a card at all, why not have a real quick screencast of what the students are going to be doing at the stations? Furthermore, you can have those directions be recorded with a student. A student can do that for you. And so that way the students come, they can click play on a device. Maybe you have a QR code set up, something like that, where they have a device that they can scan, even their cell phone, if you will allow those to be used in your classroom. And those directions can be there for the kids to watch instead of you explaining it over and over again. That's one use, right?
So, yeah. So much better than repeating yourself again and again and again for those kids who either just can't remember what you said or checked out while you were explaining. So that's one really great use. Another great use is demoing what they're supposed to do. You know, maybe you can say what they need to do, but they don't understand unless they see it. So instead of having to show them over and over again, you can have one video where you show them how to do something. So if you are in science or math and you're trying to show how to collect data and form a bar graph, you don't have to show every single group or every single student. You have one video explaining that concept, and it's there for everybody to access.
Yeah, and then additionally, you can think about use of video for tutorials or review or whatever it may be. Maybe you're using stations to cover review for a unit. And so what you want to use this video for is just maybe have kids kind of review or go over a concept that you've covered that they struggled on. Maybe you get some data back. It says, wow, this concept's really bad. This is off. So let's go back over this again. And again, consider using students to record that video. So you can have those pieces as standalone, content explanations, tutorials and reviews for your stations. And so maybe you have a station set up where the students are actually watching that piece. Well, you do a direct teach piece with a smaller group, or you can even have your video playing with a small group, and you could be the co-teach. There's so many options when you bring video into the fold, and so we kind of wanted to share that with you, or just have a little brief discussion with you on that piece. Anything else come to mind?
Not really. I think I just wanted to reinforce what you were saying. You know, you basically can duplicate yourself in the classroom, be in multiple places at once, and it saves you time, and also just not forgetting about all the possibilities of having the students record. We recently talked to a teacher who had students record just a quick tutorial of how to solve a math problem, and they all posted them in a shared space, and then those were how they studied for their test.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, they went over the questions and how to solve the problems that were on the test review, and of course she checked them to make sure they were right, you know, but she didn't have to make those videos herself. The kids did it, and they all talk in kid speak, which they understand better than adult speak.
Right,
so, yeah.
They're probably more exciting to watch sometimes, too. So,
maybe.
Maybe, possibly. And so there are some tools we do want to point out. You can use Screencast-O-Matic down here as a great tool. We're using that right now for the PC. And down here, two great options for the iPad. I'll speak on TouchCast, and you can talk about this, Harry.
Yep.
TouchCast is fantastic. It has green screen capabilities. Sky's the limit. You can incorporate BAPS, video apps, and even have your video interactive by sharing PDs, by having students click on those PDFs rather, within the video. So a really neat tool, very intuitive. And then Doceri.
Yeah, Doceri was my best friend when I taught 6th grade math. That was how I recorded all of my videos for my flipped classroom. And just lots of great features, but you can create multiple writing spaces with different backgrounds. You can incorporate images and just all sorts of amazing features. And it's super easy to share with the students. Loved it.
Okay, and to end this video, because we are going towards that 5-minute mark, let's just end with this real quick here. We have 2 questions for you to answer. Which video style do you like, or styles do you like for your use in stations you plan on using? And then just a little think piece here. Which tool do you think you'd use? So we do want you to kind of click on these icons, explore those links, and then write your response here. And then lastly, you're going to create a short video explaining what you're going to use for this video, this purpose of your video, basically, for your stations. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that briefly?
Yeah, so using one of the tools that we've discussed here, or if you have a favorite already, you can use that as well. But just the question or the prompt really is in the green box. You respond to that in a video form, and then it says click here, and you click on that, and there's a collaborative Google Slides presentation where you can share your video with us and with others. And that's what we've got for video creation.
And the last piece here, you can check out some really neat examples that we've provided for you that teachers in our own district have created. So, all right, so hopefully this has been helpful in explaining this piece, and good luck to you. And I think video is going to be a really useful tool moving forward, not just in the realm of stations, but for everything in your classroom.
Everything.
So, just making sure it's purposeful and it does fit in with your instruction. So anyway, best of luck to you, and we'll see you on the next slide.